mean, what's the emerging trends in data engineering that businesses should be wary of?
Yeah, obviously, the first thing that a lot of people will probably pick upon is how is LLMs going to
The
introduce. So I
hot
think that's
topic.
very hot topic. But I'll probably stay a little bit more traditional on this and think about from my vantage point. And again, not saying that LLMs are relevant, very relevant, but I feel when you ask me what are the trends that I always keep a pulse on how they are improving or getting better or newer things are getting introduced. And LLMs may play a part in actually some of these things. But for me, these trends are the speed at which you process data, right? In a lot of real-time processing, near real-time. Like I think that whole space about how you're able to do it very efficiently, I think it's expensive to build these kind
Mhm.
of things, keep it running and keep it accurate. So whatever trends are in that space, I think are super relevant in terms of how you could do that is important. I do personally feel cloud native engineering provides the scale, flexibility, and effectiveness in
Mhm.
terms of what we want to do. So what's happening in that space and being smart about not lock. I think you talked about it. Everybody does not. Nobody wants to lock into one vendor and being flexible. So how do you think about that space? But at the same time, I think there's a significant value in terms of what a cloud-like platform offers in terms of scale. So that's an interesting thing. Other things that I always the architecture patterns, keeping in keeping an eye on various patterns that are developing. And in today's, like right now, I would say something like a data mesh architecture is pretty relevant, which allows you to break the silos and empower each teams to make progress, improving the thing that I talked about, like agility and business alignment. I feel that whole space is interesting. There are slight variations of how that can be implemented, but I think that space, the whole architecture space, is important. Again, unless you're living under a rock, how AI, ML, are first class citizens in this space
Mm.
are important. I think it's from automation, whether it's things like data quality cleansing, pipeline automation. I think all these things are getting very much influenced by these technologies. So being there. Other emerging trend is around data observability. I think thinking about this is where again ties into the reliability quality aspects, right? Being able to provide end-to-end visibility of data from pipeline perspective, tracking lineage, quality metrics. I think that space is interesting. I think LLMs will somehow, I think, already push the needle on no code data engineering. I think
Mm.
auto generated code, I think that's important. Ethics and responsible AI also is important. That sort of space into the foundational aspects that you need to
Mm.
sort of stay very close to. And obviously, anything in a governance security space, I would say, is
Yeah.
again non-negotiable.
Yeah. There's lots to be lots to be discussed across the business.
Yeah, it's a lot, and but anyway, I strongly feel by staying ahead in these trends, the business can leverage the power of data engineering to drive
Mm.
innovation, gain advantage, and make more informed decisions. I think it's pretty critical and in many cases
Mm.
non-negotiable that you can be left behind in this space.
Yeah, no, definitely. Cool. Nice, good insights. And then just to obviously, data market is obviously wants more people, it wants more talent. Obviously, for the junior listers,